Hi, my question to you today is, when did we stop being a people? My name is Wangu Kanja and this is My Dignity Restored. When did we stop being a people? Where did humanity go to? When did we stop caring? And the reason why I'm posing these questions to you today is, in my line of work, I meet different kinds of people, handle different kinds of cases in assisting survivors of sexual and gender-based violence and in addressing sexual and gender-based violence. But I don't understand how a mature adult can abuse a child, their own child, to a point where the child has broken ribs, limbs, their eyes are falling out, they have scars from the top of their head to the soles of their feet. And it saddens me because we keep quiet when you see such things happening. And I want to be real with you. This kind of stories are not just stories that I tell for the sake of telling. I meet with them every single day and they make me angry, because I want people to stop any form of violence directed to men, women, or children. And I want you to be angry to a point where you will take action. We need to stop the culture of keeping quiet. We need to start speaking out. If you hear your neighbor abusing their child, abusing their intimate partner, come out, ask questions, knock down those doors, go and support the person or stop the violations that are happening. Because it pains me to see when people are in pain, because it destroys an individual, it destroys that particular person, because you're taking away their dignity, you're taking away who they are and how they look at themselves. And by so doing, if a person is destroyed, if a person is not whole, that means it affects other members of the family, directly or indirectly. And for me, we need to start caring. You as a man, you as a woman, you as a child, you need to start caring. When you're called to go and get a 3-month-old baby or a 5-year-old baby, and their intestines are hanging out because someone decided that they will satisfy themselves sexually by defiling this child, what happens to that life? What happens to that child? What happens to the family, the siblings? What happens to the parents of the child? What happens to the person who has a limb that is broken, that has ribs broken, that their eye was gouged out? They need to go to hospital to get reconstructive surgery. What happens to them? Why are we not angry enough to say enough is enough? Why do we keep on justifying, condoning violence and rationalizing what is happening? No woman, man or child needs to be violated in any way. It's wrong. And it's going against our constitution that states that every single Kenyan must be treated with dignity and respect. Right now I'm trying to digest a case that I came across where, and my questions and what is going on in my mind right now is when I asked, why did we stop being a people? Because looking at this case, I'm trying to figure out what animal or what anger or resentment will actually make you break someone's leg, gouge their eye out, cut a piece of their body. What are we saying as a society if we see all these things happening but we are not speaking out? If we have these things happening to our neighbors, to our families, and we are not talking about it? Because I need to talk about the anger that I feel inside me, because I am pouring myself out to the general public to understand what happens, what do we need to do. Because at the end of the day, we need to stop hurting each other, and we need to respect each other, and we need to work together. Imagine we are over 45 million Kenya shilling. We are over 45 million Kenyans in the country. If every single person is hurting, how does the country look like? If everyone has anger and resentment in them, what are we doing? What are we doing about it? How do we address that anger? How do we come out and speak out? Because this is my country, and we need to have people who are healthy, because if you have a healthy individual, then we have a healthy community, and we have a healthy society that translates to a healthy community. Why do we become bystanders? Why do you see someone being violated, whether it's physically, whether it's sexually, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, and we keep quiet? What does that say about you as a person who's seeing what is happening and you're not speaking out? What does that make you? Because in direct translation is you're actually one of the many people who are actually violating someone else, by just keeping quiet, by not speaking out, by being a bystander, by not taking any actions. And we need to stop the culture of silence. We need to speak so that we can get solutions to the problems that we are having in the family unit, in the community, in the country. We need to stand for what is right. If there is something wrong, let's talk about it, let's discuss. And when I say discussion, I'm not talking about talking about negative things. I'm talking about constructive conversations that will lead us to have better families, a better community, a better country. Because right now, I think we are losing so many individuals, being men, women, or children. Some people are dying. Some people are languishing in their beds because somebody decided to take a knife and stab them. Decided that by saying hi and they did not say hi back, that warrants for the person to be raped or to be defiled. And that begs the question, when did we start? When did we stop being a people? Because humanity dictates that people need to love each other, care for each other, support each other, and protect each other. Be your brother's keeper. My call to action to you is speak out, speak out, speak out against all forms of violence. Support survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. If you need to write a letter, an article, do something. We now have many social media platforms that we can engage constructively. We can talk about issues that are affecting us. And you need to start doing that. If you see something that is happening, share it so that we are able to address it, that we are able to contain it before it gets out of hand. So stand up and speak out against sexual and gender-based violence.